Greetings of the day. I am Dr. Magdalene Peter, HOD, MBA, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. And today, in the subject of marketing management, I'm going to teach you all about the marketing mix. What is marketing mix? The perspective that a company offers to the customers. What are the variables a company must control to successfully implement a marketing plan or a marketing strategy to enter the target market? Now, as we have seen in the core concepts of marketing, we saw about the segmentation, the targeting and positioning. And after you do the segmentation, targeting and positioning, you actually create a marketing plan and try to live out the marketing plan that you have created. Now, what do a company or what you should do in order to successfully implement the plan that you have in the paper, to convert your strategy to reach each of the target markets that you have trying to position your product. Now, what does marketing mix actually mean? And what are the different models of marketing mix that have evolved over time, and how marketing mix helps in organization is all that we are going to study about in today's session. Now, this is an evergreen concept. If you start talking about marketing mix, it is an evergreen concept in the marketing plan, which determines the right orientation of a company towards a marketplace. So, all about the marketing mix. Let's get started. The 4 P's of marketing mix. First, the firm chooses the product to meet the identified need of the target segment. So, according to the definition of marketing, according to Philip Kotler, who's none other the father of marketing, he says marketing is creation, communication, delivering value to the target market for a profit. This is what is marketing. So marketing is all about creating a product. What do? You identify the need and you try to satisfy the needs in the market. And how do you satisfy the need? By offering a product. So the first P in the marketing mix of the 4 P's in the traditional mode is the product. So first, the firm chooses the product to meet the identified need of the target segment. Now, this marketing mix, if you see, is the pillar of any marketing strategy, and it consists of a series of procedures and tools to guide a company through its sustenance in the industry, through even the ups and downs of its sustenance. So it drives primarily decision making during the whole process of bringing a product or a service to the market. There are many models, if you see, that has been evolved over time of marketing mix. So let's have a look of how this marketing mix has evolved. So the 4 P's of marketing mix, this is the first model, and it is considered as the basic marketing model, which was developed by Edmund Jerome McCarthy in the year 1960. So McCarthy has classified various marketing activities and has broadly generalized them or categorized them or grouped them under 4 dimensions. The 4 dimensions are nothing but the 4 P's of marketing mix, where each of the 4 dimensions starts with the letter P. First is the product. Second is the price. Then the place and the promotion. So first, the firm chooses the product to meet the identified need of the target market. Second is the distribution channel. This product, which has been created based on the needs that was identified in the market, should be distributed or should reach through the right distribution channel, and the customer has to receive it. So the second P is the distribution, the place. And then we have the promotion. So availability of the product and knowledge of the existence of your product is very, very important. And therefore, how do you achieve this? How do you position your product in the minds of the customer? You do it through your marketing communication. This communication comprises of any of your marketing communication mix, which is your advertisement, your personal selling, your direct selling, or your sales promotion activities. So in that way, your promotional activities are taken care of. And the next P is all about the price. The price is the platform through which money is pumped into your organization. Now, if you see, sales is the lifeblood. They say finance is the lifeblood of any organization. And the only way, the direct way in which money comes into the organization is by way of sales. Now, when I ask about marketing to my students, usually they confuse it by saying marketing is sales, marketing is advertising, marketing is promotion, marketing is creation of a product. Yes, marketing is all this and much more. Anything from the point of production to the point of consumption, the whole gamut of activities is called as marketing. And the 4 P's of marketing helps us to understand actually how a company's marketing plan and the strategy of marketing that the company has developed is gonna become a reality. So you see about the marketing mix. So the first is the product. Now, when we talk about the product, the term marketing mix, the first P of the term marketing mix, this marketing mix term became popularized after Neil H. Borden published his article in the year 1964 on the concept of marketing mix. And after this, this marketing mix was considered as a mixer of ingredients in order to capitalize the market opportunity and to increase sales. So when we talk about product, usually we think about product varieties, the product quality, the design, the features, the brand name, the personal set, the distribution channel, the packaging, promotion, advertising, display, servicing, the physical handling of the product, the fact finding and analysis. And it also includes the services that you offer for your product category, your warranties and returns. So all these things are encompassed under the first P of product. And then we have the next P, the price. Price usually includes the list price, the discounts that we are giving, the sales promotional activities, the allowances, the payment period, the credit terms. All these are included in the P of called the price. Then we have the promotion. Promotion is all about sales promotion, the advertising, the sales force, the public relations, and the direct marketing activities without the channel partners, where the company chooses to directly sell its products to the end consumer. This is called direct marketing. And then we have the place. The place is all about the channels, the coverage, the assortments, the location, the inventory, and transport. So logistics plays a heavy role when we talk about the place. The place is nothing but ensuring that your product is available at the right time to the right consumer at the right place. So this is the marketing mix. So the target market is key. Okay, the marketing strategy of the marketing mix becomes a reality with using the base of the target market. The target market is nothing but consumers. And as the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, rightly said, customer is the king. Sure, customer is the king, and it's the end all and be all of a marketing activity. So products and services, the price platform, the promotion, the places, all the 4 P's are targeted towards the target market, which is nothing but consumers. And then we have the perspective of an organization or a company towards the marketing mix. So from the perspective of an organization, the marketing mix is the specific collection of actions and associated instruments. So what is the action and associated instrument? The instruments are the place, the price, the product, the promotion. And all these are directed towards the target market. What is the target market and what is it, the aim or the intention behind this activity? It is to stimulate acceptance of the ideas, the products or services that has been marketed. So this is the strategy or the perspective of the marketing mix. So the 4P versus the 4C. Now for the 4P, we have the 4Cs. For product, it is a customer for whom you're creating the product or the service, or anything that is marketed is for whom? For the customer. The price is a customer cost. It is the exchange value, the medium of exchange which the customer pays to the organization for the utility of the particular product. And place is nothing but which depicts the convenience of the product. So that is what is the place for convenience. And then we have promotion. Promotion is all about the communication. So the 4Cs model is more consumer oriented and fits better in the movement from mass marketing to niche marketing. So when a company is deciding to move away from mass marketing to niche marketing, then instead of 4Ps, it is better that the company targets on or looks into the 4Cs, which is nothing but the customer cost, convenience, and communication, where the premise is the customer. So this is the marketing mix. Now we'll see about the products or services, the first P. Now, what is a product? Product or a service is something which satisfy the customer's needs and wants. So as I told you, the core marketing concepts, needs and wants are ever perennial. It cannot be satisfied at all. When one need is satisfied, it graduates to another need, and I cannot say at one point of time, yes, all my needs are exhausted, I am happy and content. So the human psychology is such that the needs and wants are ever growing, and it never gets satisfied at all. So the need will become a want when the need takes a particular route to get itself satisfied. It becomes a want, and this want is primarily characterized by the social, cultural, traditional way in which a customer is put, and it's purely perceptional according to each the behavior of individual purchasing behavior of each customer. And when the want is backed up by the purchasing power, it becomes a demand, and demand is something that all marketers should be on the lookout for, because this demand is something which when satisfied becomes sales as far as marketing is concerned. So a product, it could be defined as any tangible or intangible. It could be an actual product, a physical product, or it could be a service, it could be an idea, it could be an experience that is being sold. So as you see from all the list of things that I told just now, all marketing decisions are connected to the design and characteristics of a particular product or a service. So there are many components of a product. So the main, usually they say there are 5 components of the product. That is, a product is characterized by 5 components: the potential product, the augmented product, expected product, actual product, and the core product. Now, according to the marketing management guru, Philip Kotler, a product is composed by 5 elements. Okay, the potential product. What is a potential product? The potential product is the product, what the product can become in future, how it can be, how it can be varied in the future, how it can be upgraded, how it can be modified in the future. So that is what is called as a potential product. So a potential product includes all the upgrades and modifications that a business can make into the product in order to increase its life. So usually this happens during the growth stage, or it should happen during the maturity stage, because the next stage is the decline stage. So as I told you, the product life cycle, in the maturity decline stage, one has to decide whether they are going to show new features, show variations of the product, so that the product is prolonged for some more time in the market. So a potential product is nothing but what the product can become in future. It includes all the upgradations, the modifications that the company can make in order to sustain itself for a longer period of time in the product life cycle. Okay. Now, second is the augmented product. What is augmented product? It represents all the additional services and goods. Okay. So for example, like your installation, your complementary products, your after sales service, your warranty, your shipping credits. So all these comes into the category of augmented product. Okay, the next is the expected product. The expected product represents the benefits and features the consumer expects. So this is actually related to the concept of value and satisfaction. What is the perception in the mind of the consumer and how that perception will be fulfilled. So this is what a consumer expects or perceives to receive by utilizing a particular product or service. It is purely based on an individual's perception. So that is what is called as the expected product. Then we have the actual product. So now here for actual product, we could also say generic product. This is a basic item with essential features. Now this element is fundamental for a startup because in the early stages, you must generate profit as soon as possible. Okay, so now or you have to develop or fulfill resources for your accessorized product. Therefore, it is called as the MVP, minimum viable product, a simple version of your actual product with enough features to satisfy the customers and to provide feedback for future improvements. It's called as the actual product. And then you have the core need or the benefit. This is the main reason why a customer should buy your product, and this represents the fundamental need or the fundamental want for which you are striving to satisfy. So in simple terms, if you see, marketing is all about identification and fulfillment of needs. Now this identification of fulfillment of needs, the data upon which about this you get it from your marketing research. So based on that, you start to create a product and you show that to the customer, this is the need that is there, and therefore this is the product that will meet you at the point of your need. So the very reason that you give that why a customer should buy your product is called as the core need or the benefit. Okay, so next we see an example of these products. So let's consider a hotel. Now the core product of a hotel is represented by what? A place to sleep, rest. The actual product could be the towels, a bed, a bathroom, and a closet, and the food that we eat. The expected product means taking for granted the presence of clean bed sheets and a clean environment, good ambience, soft mattress, and so on. The augmented product can be a Wi-Fi, a free map of the town, or room service. And then the potential product can be made by placing new treats for guests in the room, including a spa or a gym and so on. So this is an example of the different variations of a product. Then we go about the branding. So what is a brand? A brand is a offering from a known source. So what is an offering? So any product or a service that has been offered by a company in order to satisfy the needs of the customers is called as an offering. And when it comes from a known source, it becomes a brand. So when I say Apple, immediately bells are ringing in your head. We have various associations with the word Apple, creativity, innovation, sleek, modern. So all these things is the brand engagement that a customer has with regard to that particular brand Apple. So a branding has to be very unique. That is a unique image that stands out from the normal. Okay, that rings a bell in your mind. That such is the kind of brand image that every company tries to create in the minds of its customers. Branding represents actually the vision, mission, the philosophy, and the qualities of the company as much as the product. So it is not about that particular product, it is about the company. So the brand presence is very, very important in order to have a striking positioning of your product in the minds of your consumers. Then you have the key is product services. Now, just like I told you, the 5 components of product, services also have some components. Now here, it is not 5 for services, it is only 3. Okay, the first is delivery process. So what is the customer role? What is the time that's taken? So all this is comprised under delivery process. And then we have the supplementary services, invoicing, order taking, exceptions, information. So all these are supplementary services. And then the core service, it is the principal problem solving benefit that a customer gets out of a service that you offer. That is what is a core service. Now, these products are services are intangible. Intangible products are often service-based, like the tourism industry and the hotel industry, code-based products like cell phone, load and credit, your banking and insurance services, your financial services, your software companies. So all these are services which are intangible, not physical, which cannot be felt but can be experienced. Then we have the product quality. So quality is very, very important while developing a product or process that is reliable and that performs the intended function is said to be a very quality product. If you fail in that, then it is a miserable failure for your total marketing mix. So quality refers to the perceptual quality, the conditional quality, and the subjective attributes that you should understand that it is different for different people, and you have to customize as per your segments in the marketing. And then we have the product design. So the product design has to be clearly defined at the idea generation stage, and at the concept development and test marketing also helps us to fix this problem. So implementation of a physical object or service is all about the product design, which has to be given importance. And then we have the price. Now, what is the price? The price is the cost to buy a product or a service. In order to avail a service, you have to pay some money. You have to buy a product, you have to pay some money. So that is what is called as price. For consumer, it represents the money to spend for attaining benefits. For the company, it is the money that has been asked for the offering. The offering could be a service, could be a product, could be an experience, idea, or whatever. So price refers to consumers' perceived value, and it includes the sacrifices that they are willing to make in times of efforts, in times of spending time. Okay, so that is all comprehensive in the concept of price. So price is critical for a marketing mix because it is the only element in the 4 P's of marketing that generates profit, and all other marketing mix dimensions only produce cost. The only dimension which gives you profit is the price dimension. So while fixing a price, there are some internal factors that has to be considered. There are some external factors that has to be considered. Some of the internal factors are fixed costs that you have to consider. The variable cost, which varies based on production output, that has to be considered. The company's objectives, the production capacity, the product life cycle, and the branding activity has to be considered, which are internal factors. And there are some external factors which is all about the market coverage, the market share, competition, the target segment, and the economic concept, the demand for your product, the legal environment in which you function, the laws, the regulations, the taxes that you have to pay, and the price of your substitutes, and the distribution channel. Presence or absence of intermediaries plays a major role in fixation of price and the culture. So there are many pricing strategies that are followed in order to fix the right type of price for the right type of products, and it includes list price, the discounts, the financing, and other options also. Okay, so the price is the only mix which generates turnover for the organization, as I told you, and pricing is very difficult. It must reflect both the macroeconomic microeconomic factors of supply and demand relationship. So some of the pricing strategy usually followed, see, pricing could be cost-based pricing, where we have the product, the cost, the price, the value, and the customers. So in a cost-based pricing setup, pricing starts from evaluating the production cost, whereas in the value-based pricing setup, we have the product cost, price, value, and clients. Here, under this value-based pricing setup, we have the value of the customers that attribute to a product or a service. Okay, so this is how much is the consumer willing to pay for my product. So this is value based. The pricing strategy could be value based or cost based. Now, some of the these are the some generally used pricing strategies where we have the penetration, the skimming, competition pricing, product line pricing, bundling pricing, and psychological pricing. Okay, price skimming is nothing but companies set a premium price in order to attract high-end consumers who don't mind dealing with expensive prices. So this is what is called skimming. Usually when we churn the curd, start doing the skim, the butter comes to the top and the buttermilk goes to the down. So the butter alone is what after that is the byproduct that we get after skimming. So likewise, these companies which follow the skimming pricing strategy are companies whose target is high-end consumers, and they are not bothered about other lower middle income, less income group of people. And then we have the opposite of this is the penetration pricing, where companies set low prices in order to penetrate a very competitive market, and then they can use the leverage on the opportunity of attracting all the consumers. So here profit is not uh, a major objective, but market share is a major objective, where in penetration pricing companies tend to have a lower prices than usual because they are mindful of is the market share. They want to foray into the nooks and corners of the market. And then we have the prestige pricing, which is actually a psychological strategy. Prestige pricing, where based on the principle of there is a general tendency for human beings to think that higher the price, higher will be the quality. Okay, so if the quality of price ratio is not equal or less, then we say don't buy the particular product. The price is very low, therefore quality also is low. Okay, so particularly this is for luxury brands we use. So where value is something which is considered primary than the price. So in this type of thing, prestige pricing is used. Then competition oriented pricing is nothing but you study the pricing strategy that your competitor is applying, and then you apply the same to your products also. Then psychological prestige pricing is also a psychological strategy where value and cost is related, value and price is related. Again, we have some other type is called the psychological pricing, where companies set prices slightly lower than the rounded number. Example, bata we have where we have 99.99. So instead of 100 they say 99, so that 1 rupee less is that not that much of a saving, but still psychologically it appeals to the minds of the consumers. So that is called as psychological pricing. So these are the different types of pricing strategy. And then we have the place. So what is a place? A place is a marketplace where people can buy your product or service. It can be physical, like a store, or intangible like a e-commerce. So here we say marketplace, market space, and meta markets. So what is a market? Market is any geographical boundary where the buyer and the seller meet together with an intention of buying the product and selling the product, where exchange should happen. Okay, so this exchange, what is this exchange? Exchange is when a transaction happens, that is you have the product and I have the price, and I also have the need to buy the product. So when I have the money and you can offer me a product, I go ahead, come to you, give the money and get your product. So here a transaction is happening. Now this transaction creates a relationship between us. You are the buyer, you are the seller, I am the buyer, and there is a relationship between us. And this exchange of products against money creates the ownership title to pass from you to me. So this is what is all about the marketing concepts of transaction, exchange, and relationship. So this relationship, this is where where a sustainable relationship has to be maintained with the consumers. You have to ensure after sales service in order to have a long-term relationship with your consumers. So market is a place, is a geographical area. It could be, or it could be a digital space where you buy things on the internet, where you go in person to buy, then it becomes a what to say, a market. Okay, so that is all about market space. Then we have place, then we have market space where e-commerce plays a dominant role and all products are bought through the platform of e-commerce. So that is what is market space. Then meta markets is nothing but a group of complementary products. These are all complementary products, but then these are spread across industry, diverse industries. So that is what is car and spare parts for a car. So all these are come under the meta market. So you have to understand in a place, when we talk about place, everything that it takes a company to provide the product or the service at the right time to the right customer is called the place. Okay, so this is all about the place of placement. These decisions are those associated with channels of distribution. So channel partners are one who helps you to deliver your product or take your product to the right customers. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3 channel partners you can have. So marketing channel helps you to reach your product to the end user. Okay, so sometimes it could be a direct partner. Manufacturer goes directly to the buyer, or you have manufacturer, wholesaler and the buyer, or you have manufacturer, wholesaler, distributor and the buyer. Then, or you have manufacturer, wholesaler, distributor, retailer and the buyer. So anyone who comes in between, or any person who plays a role in taking your product, who is not a manufacturer, neither a consumer, then he becomes an intermediary in the marketing channel. Okay, so this is all about these decisions of channels of distribution, or all serve as a means to get the right product to the target customers. So this is all about convenience. So what is about convenience? The product has to reach the customer. When I have a need and when I come to you and ask for a product, then you have to give me the product. If you say it is out of stock, then it is not likely for that customer to come to you again for a second purchase. Then naturally the substitute product which is there will become the target product at that point of time. So whenever a customer comes to you for any need of a particular product, the manufacturer has to ensure that the products are distributed and it's well placed and well available in all parts of the market for the consumer to get it at the time that he wants it. So this is where convenience plays a role, and the place plays a role in getting the product with to the right consumer. And with the rise of digital marketing and with the rise of internet and hybrid models of purchasing, this is no longer a problem. Nowadays, easily this problem of plates, or this problem, this ensuring convenience to the customers by making the product available at the right time or at the time when they need it, is very, very easy with the presence of digital marketing. Then we have marketing mix, the place. So what is convenience? Convenience is all about the ease to buy a product, the ease to find a product, or also the ease to find information about the availability of the product. So the channels of distribution are the routes through which the products or services travel from the point of manufacture to the point of consumption. So getting the product in a timely manner to the right place, to the market where the demand is there. So the aspects to consider are getting the product in a timely manner. Channels of distribution should always result in a lower cost because they should not add up to the final price of that product. And then channels should save time. So that is the important importance of having many channel partners in order to save time. So this is all about the place. Then we have the promotion. So what is promotion? Promotion includes all types of programs or activities, whether it is online or offline, to foster a product or a service, to make the availability of the product to be very real and to be dispersed throughout the target market. It is all the activities that is indulged in taking the information about the availability of the product is called promotion. So it varies according to the segments of market that is going to be served, and also it varies according to the marketing strategy that has been adopted. So when I talk about marketing communication mix, it includes advertising, public relations, personal selling, and viral advertising. So any form of communication between the firm and the consumer, then it becomes a marketing communication. So we have a marketing communication mix separately, where we have advertising, public relations, personal selling, and viral advertising. So advertising is any paid form of information that goes from about your product. Okay, it is a non-personal medium, where public relations is the goodwill that you create about the product in the minds of the people. Personal selling, where you indulge in meeting people personally to talk about your product. And viral advertising is done through your digital mode, through your social media activities. So any form of communication that goes from the company about the product to the people or to the target market, then that is called as a marketing promotional activity, a part of marketing communication. We say the IMC, the integrated marketing communication mix. Okay, so that is all about the marketing mix of the promotion. So here we have the marketing mix, the promotion. The promotion decisions are those related to communicating and selling to potential consumers. The promotion feature is replaced by communication. Now, communications represents a broader focus than simply promotions. So that is very important. So we saw about the 4 P's of marketing: the product, the place, promotion, and the price. Now, this evolution of marketing after 20 years later, the community of economics and theory started thinking of a more complete model to suit the complexity of services. See, in 1960, McCarthy told about 4 P's of marketing. Today is 2021. Still, there is various plethora of changes that happen to the marketing environment. So this 4 P's has been slowly evolved, and it has taken stage to 7 P's of marketing, where the 3 more dimensions to the original 4 P's are the people, process, and physical evidence. So people are fundamental in delivering any product or services. Apart from the 4 P's, the 5th P is the people. Okay, now they represent everyone who are involved during the buyer's journey. Buyers themselves. Okay, it involves the employees, partners, customers, suppliers, intermediaries, the relationship that is established among these. This is what is called as the 5th P, the people. Okay, the mood, the character, the behavior adopted during a service delivery really affects the quality that has been perceived by a consumer. So if the offering expects to satisfy more consumers, then it influences the experience of the consumer. So this is the one of the P's. And then we have the next 6th P is the process. Now, processes are all mechanism, planning and decision making that ensure a smooth delivery of a product or a service. Okay, so from the point of consumption, manufacture, it has to reach the point of consumption. So processes are all the mechanisms, the planning and the decision making that ensure a smooth delivery of product or service. And it has got some variables like design process, deciding between standardization of a product, monitoring and tracking the service performance, that is the after sales performance, analyzing the resource requirements in the company. Okay, and then creating and measuring the key performance indicators. So all these are part of the process that is involved in smooth delivery of a product or service. And then finally, we have the physical evidence. Now, physical evidence represents all the environmental elements that surround consumers during a service or a product delivery. Now, these are characterizing factors that can positively or negatively impact the delivery experience of a particular product. For example, the interior design, colors, the layout, the equipment, the ambience, the furniture, the facilities. So all these play a role. Okay, so this dimension helps a consumer to comprehend, to understand the experience that is there before him. Okay, so the physical evidence is actually the service that is delivered, and any tangible product that facilitate the performance and communication of the service is called as the physical evidence. So the eight, according to, apart from the four P's, we have the people, process, and physical evidence. Now, this model is based on the holistic marketing concept, where it includes the four pillars of the marketing concepts of relationship marketing, the integrated marketing, the internal marketing, and performance marketing, where societal concept of marketing is addressed. So that is where the 8 P's of marketing mix plays a role, where we have the product, place, promotion, and price, and then we have people, process, physical evidence, and performance. So another P is been added to this list of late, and that is called as the programs. And programs are actually which represents the integrated marketing aspects. Specifically, it enables marketers to consider a company's overall portfolio of marketing activities, starting from a new product development. Okay, so all marketing strategies and systems are integrated and supported by each other. It is not a standalone. It has to be supported by each other. So this whole marketing activity, whether it is offline or online, can successfully help to, or can successfully be monitored or motivated to help to attain the goals of the company. So this is what is called as the program. So in brief, the program or the performance represents any financial or non-financial outcome of a company. Okay, so it could be a financial or a non-financial outcome. So the four P's of marketing, how it has evolved to the 8 P's of marketing is that which we saw in today's class. The 4 C's of marketing also we saw, where we have the consumers' needs and wants, where cost, consumer cost, then convenience, communication, all these things. Consumer means that companies should sell what the prospects wants. So that is what is consumer needs and wants. And then cost represents the total cost that the consumer spends in order to own that particular product or a service. And then what is the cost of convenience? Cost of convenience is nothing but the place where cost of conscience or convenience comes into play when consumers buy something that has social or ethical implications. Okay, so now newly they say about the cost of conscience and guilt are also embedded in the cost that a consumer pays for the purchase of the product. So for example, a lot of consumers love IKEA's furniture. Okay, like fast fashion in the clothing industry, it offers cheap furniture which can be easily changed as soon as another trend pops up. So the fast furniture culture has a huge negative impact to the environment, is what is environmentalists say. Okay, so this has raised a legitimate question of how IKEA can live up to the fad of answering to the question of it has a negative impact on the environment. So this, in fact, IKEA is contributing to mass deforestation and other social and environmental problems. So this is what is also another allegations. So this is the cost of conscience. The cost of guilt also has to be taken into consideration when a particular cost has been asked by the customer to pay. Okay, so cost of guilt strikes every time when it evokes guilt feelings in the consumer's mind. It is not always a negative message actually, but indeed marketers present their offering as a solution to an example is when parents feel guilty for not treating their children properly, they go and buy chocolates in the supermarket. So this is the cost of guilt. So all these costs, the time cost, the opportunity cost has to be considered when considering about the cost that the customer is willing to pay for your product. Then communication also has to be a two-way dialogue between a business and a consumer. So while promotion starts from a company, where it has to be with an outbound approach, communication has to be very cooperative, and it should represent a broader range of interactions between seller and buyer. So consumer, convenience, communication, and cost, these are the 4 C's of marketing mix actually. And with this, another two has also been recently added, which is content and community. So this stands for great importance for feeding a strong and a passionate community with relevant content. Today we have the content creation being the buzzword. So all this has to be taken into consideration. So how the 4 P's has finally evolved into 7 P's, and then 8 P's, and then 4 C's of marketing to 6 C's of marketing mix is what that we discussed in today's class. Thank you for patiently listening. Thank you, everyone.